I live in a house with my parents. The door to my bedroom doesn't fully close. I also have a second entrance to my room, which is two French doors. They're fully windowed French doors. So anyone who's in the sunroom, like for example, my mom, she will look into my room. You know, I don't think she does it with malicious intent, but she does subconsciously do it. The lack of privacy is totally absolute. This situation with the privacy will change fairly soon. I am taking a trip to London. This will be my second trip to London this year. I was in London from late March until late May. I did not expect to be returning so soon, but I met someone.
Someone is about to take action to rework something.
Be twin flame with the sun, the moon.
They want to tell you something.
Fate is on your side.
Literally 1 hour after I booked my flight back home, I encountered this person for the second time in my life. The first time was at my sister's wedding reception. I was interested then too, but I also was kind of in a long-term situationship, or on and off relationship, you might say. We did not exchange details, contact information. I guess he made enough of an impression that every time my brother-in-law invited me to an event, I kind of wondered if he was going to be there. Fate was cruel, and it was only after I had booked my flight home that I encountered him. And we hit it off, and for various reasons, which may or may not just be wishful thinking, I was like, wow, I kind of feel like we have a lot of uncanny similarities. Like, for example, we both brought hearing protection to the gig. We were the only ones in the entire group. We were trying to talk, but could not hear each other, and simultaneously, we took out our earplugs and were like, sorry, and we like showed each other why we couldn't hear. And I was like, wow, that gives me a real, like, you know, soulmate twin flame energy. I also noticed that during the performance, we stood in very similar ways, which, you know, could be a total coincidence, but the stance was an uncommon one for like a concert. You know, I really didn't want him to be a soul connection at the time. I was like, yeah, you know, I want to go back home. I want to go back to Michigan. London has been difficult for me. There were various tensions. The next morning I wrote, like, basically in my diary, like, ugh, like, what if he's my soulmate? Like, I'm afraid that he's my soulmate. You know, that would be inconvenient. But yeah, then we met up to hang out a few days later, and I was getting like some soulmate energy, and I was like, wow, this is unexpected. I have not felt this way before. After that first time that we hung out every single day. And I was like, wow, this is really special. He has all of the qualities I'm looking for in a partner. I find him attractive. He seems like a good person, seems relatively stable. He seems open with his feelings and open to new ideas. He also said that he would let me put makeup on him, which definitely is one of my qualifications for a soulmate. And so by the end of those like 10 days, I was like, oh my God, my life is forever altered. But the thing is, I'm very, you know, very shy, specifically in romantic situations. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a lot of walls up. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. People just tell me I do. I guess I do carefully control what information people know about me and stuff. And he also is, you know, reserved. There was a lot that was left unsaid. We started talking every day over Discord and WhatsApp. We texted all day, every day. We would call twice a day on the phone, maybe more, sometimes more. And then all of a sudden he went on a trip, and that level of communication stopped. Certain details about the trip further complicated matters, which I am not going to disclose, but I am now feeling weird. I have started to question whether or not he liked me as much as I liked him. We do still talk every day, but the conversation is halting. I sometimes get the sense that he feels obligated to text me back rather than actually wants to, and that this whole thing has become an obligation and he is too nice to tell me the truth about it. If he doesn't like me, that is totally fine. He's allowed not to like me. But, you know, I would like to know if he doesn't. He assures me that he does still like me. And I think the fact that I've asked him outright makes him think that I'm super anxious about the connection. And to be honest, for a little while I was, but that's because I had stopped meditating for about a month. And the reason I stopped meditating was because I was so carried away with this relationship. But I do fear that he is feeling obligated because I was momentarily, like, concerned. Really, I just want to know if he actually wants to continue because, you know, I'm looking for reciprocity. I feel like every time I open up the floor for this kind of conversation, he seems to receive it well, but gets weird afterward. In the past, I probably would have been super attached to the idea of him because it's like, oh my god, like I met this amazing person abroad. The timing was so like tragic and romantic. It is tragic and romantic. I guess I'm grappling with the question of, you know, how much leeway do I give someone? You know, I don't feel super concerned right now about the relationship, so is that a sign that I should continue? Perhaps. I think my mind gets filled up with a lot of rhetoric on TikTok about what you should and should not accept in a relationship. I'm trying to be balanced. I'm trying to think of what I want and try and figure out what he wants. It is difficult. I was looking forward to visiting him, but now I just feel really weird. Yeah, I think he is a good person. I think he's trying his best. The question is, can I handle it? You can't force it. I have always been looking for my soulmate, and